In 1921, a 25-year-old man named Tetsuya found himself standing at the edge of a bamboo forest in Kyoto. He had left his job, his engagements had ended, and for the first time in his life, he didn't know what came next. He didn't plan to be there, he simply wandered, city to city, village to village. With no destination, some days he slept in shrines, other days under the stars. He spent his last few yen on rice and tea, then began trading sketches he made on scraps of paper for meals. He had studied architecture, but he stopped designing buildings. Instead, he studied people, silence, nature, himself. For nearly 2 years, he lived like this, quietly, invisibly. People thought he had failed, but what they didn't know is that this so-called failure was the beginning of something extraordinary. Tetsuya would later become Tetsuya Theodore Fujita, the man who revolutionized our understanding of tornadoes, inventor of the Fujita scale, one of the most important meteorologists of the 20th century. And he often said later in life that it was those silent lost years that gave him the clarity to see patterns others could not. Being lost is not a mistake, it is often the first honest conversation you have with your soul. The truth is, we live in a world addicted to direction, to labels, plans, GPS-guided success stories. But the most transformative parts of life rarely come with a roadmap. When you're lost, something strange happens. The voices of others fade, the expectations you thought you had to meet dissolve, and in that uncomfortable silence, your own voice, the quiet one you've ignored for years, begins to speak. That voice doesn't always sound heroic. It might say, I don't want to do this anymore, or I'm not who I pretend to be, or I'm not sure of what I'm doing. But listen carefully, because this voice, the one you find when you're lost, it never lies to you. Look at every myth, every story of awakening. Buddha left his palace, Moses wandered the deserts. Even Dante began the Divine Comedy with the words, "In the middle of the journey of our life, I found myself in a dark wood, for the straight way had been lost." Being lost is not the end, it's the beginning of seeing. It's how you discover what's real. Not what you've been told to want, but what you were born to seek. So if you're in that place now where nothing makes sense, where the map is gone and you're just drifting, I want you to understand something. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are not a failure. You are in the process of becoming someone the world hasn't seen yet. You just have to lock in and stay focused on your objectives. Here's what to do when you feel lost. First, stop running from the feeling. Don't distract yourself, let the silence teach you. Try to understand why you feel the way you feel. Is there something you wanted to do all your life and you ignored that feeling? The answer will come from within. Second, ask deeper questions. Not what do I do next, but what truly matters to me, even if no one claps for it. Third, protect your solitude. The world will try to fix you too quickly, but healing isn't fast. Insight isn't loud, and purpose isn't a checklist. Last but not least, trust the detour. Many people find their path only after losing the one they thought was theirs. That's not failure, that's redirection. Sometimes the only way to find ourselves is to get lost first. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I read every single comment. Thanks for tuning in.